Hello and welcome back to Reason News. Today we're dissecting a high-stakes diplomatic summit at the White House that could mark a turning point in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, flanked by key European leaders, met with US President Donald Trump in a setting that was remarkably different from their last contentious encounter. The focus? A push for a lasting peace, a discussion on the security guarantees and the possibility of a trilateral meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Join us as we break down the key takeaways from this pivotal day in Washington. Now, in a significant show of a united front, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy was joined by a delegation of European powerhouses at the White House, including French President Emmanuel Macron, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and other high-ranking officials. The meeting, which followed a less than conclusive summit between President Trump and Russian President Putin in Alaska, was widely seen as an attempt to ensure that any potential peace deal does not come at the expense of Ukraine's sovereignty. The atmosphere inside the Oval Office was notably different from the February meeting between Trump and Zelenskyy, which was reportedly fraught with tension. This time, Zelenskyy, who had been previously criticized for his casual attire, wore a more formal, albeit not traditional, black suit. The sartorial choice, combined with a more cordial public exchange, signaled a new, more cooperative dynamic between the two leaders. The core of the discussions centered on two main issues: a peace settlement and security guarantees for Ukraine. President Trump, fresh from his talks with President Putin, stated that substantial progress was being made in his efforts to end the war. A key point of contention has been whether a peace deal would require a prior ceasefire. While some European leaders, like German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, have stressed the need for a ceasefire, Trump has publicly stated that he believes a peace deal can be worked out without one, a position that aligns with Putin's stance. Here's a video from CNN.
Between us.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor to have the President of Ukraine with us. We've had a lot of good discussions, a lot of good talks, and I think progress is being made, very substantial progress in many ways. We had a good meeting, as you know, just a short while ago with the President of Russia, and I think there's a possibility that something could come out of it, and today's meeting is very important. We have, I guess, the seven very powerful leaders from Europe, and we're going to be meeting with them right after this meeting, and thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. If I can, first of all, thank you for invitation, and thank you very much for your efforts, personal efforts to stop killings and stop this war. Thank you, and using this opportunity, many thanks to your wife, First Lady of the United States. She sent a letter to Putin about our children, abducted children, and my wife, she, First Lady of Ukraine, she gave the letter. It's not to you, to your wife.
Oh, I want it.
Yeah. So we're saying this sensitive topic, yes, please. And thanks to our partners, and that you supported this format, that after our meeting we can have leaders who are around us, UK, France, Germany, Italy, Finland, EU, NATO, I mean all partners around Ukraine supporting us. Thanks to them, and thank you very much for invitation.
Thank you very much for being here.
President Trump.
Do you think it's fair?
Yes, Peter, go ahead.
Thank you, President Trump. So, President Zelenskyy, you say in a post on X today, Russia must end this war, which it itself started. President Trump, you say President Zelenskyy of Ukraine can end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wants to. Which is it?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think we're going to have a meeting. I think if everything works out well today, we'll have a trilat. And I think there will be a reasonable chance of ending the war when we do that.
And is this the end of the road for American support for Ukraine? Is today's meeting deal or no deal?
I can never say that. It's never the end of the road. People are being killed, and we want to stop that. So I would not say it's the end of the road. No, I think we have a good chance of doing it. It's been almost 4 years now that a lot of people were killed last week. A lot of people last week. I mean, millions of people killed, but a lot of people last week for whatever reason. A big number, a lot of soldiers, on both sides. And I know the president, I know myself, and I believe Vladimir Putin wants to see it ended.
And as you met with Putin on Friday, today you've got President Zelenskyy here. As you listen to Russia and Ukraine, which side has the better cards?
Well, I don't want to say that. I'm just here to be, look, this isn't my war. This is Joe Biden's war. He's the one that had a lot to do with this happening, and we want to get it ended. And we want it to end good for everybody. We want it to end good. The people of Ukraine have suffered incredibly.
And to that point, President Zelenskyy, are you prepared to keep sending Ukrainian troops to their deaths for another couple years, or are you going to agree to redraw the maps?
Thank you for your question. So, first of all, we live under each day attacks. That today have been a lot of attacks and a lot of wounded people, and the child was dead, small one year and a half. So we need to stop this war, to stop Russia, and we need support American and European partners. And we will do our best for this. So, and I think we show that we are strong people, and we supported the idea of the United States, of personally of President Trump, to stop this war, to make a diplomatic way of finishing this war, and we are ready for trilateral, as President said. This is a good signal about trilateral. I think this is very good. Thank you.
Perhaps the most crucial outcome of the day's meeting was the discussions of security guarantees for Ukraine. Trump signaled that the US would be involved in providing NATO-like security guarantees, though he was careful to emphasize that the bulk of the burden would be on European nations. This is a significant shift, as the question of Ukraine's future security has been a major sticking point in any potential resolution. This development was welcomed by European leaders, including NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte, who called the talks a historic step. Following the meetings, President Trump announced his intention to call President Putin to debrief him on the discussions. The possibility of a trilateral summit between Trump, Zelenskyy and Putin was also a major topic. Trump said that if everything works out well today, a trilateral meeting would be a reasonable chance of ending the war. While Putin has previously been hesitant to meet directly with Zelenskyy, German Chancellor Merz told reporters that the Russian president had agreed to a meeting with Zelenskyy within the next 2 weeks. This is a critical development that could pave the way for a direct negotiation between two warring parties. The coming days and weeks will be critical. The phone call between Trump and Putin and the potential for a trilateral summit will determine the next steps in this complex diplomatic dance. The unity shown by the US and European leaders in support of Ukraine provides a powerful counterbalance to Russia's demands, and the decisions on security guarantees suggests that a new framework for a lasting peace may be emerging. While the path ahead is fraught with challenges, this meeting marks a moment of cautious optimism in a conflict that has caused immense human suffering. We will continue to follow these developments and provide you with factual, objective reporting as the story unfolds. Thank you for joining us on Reason News. Until next time, stay informed, updated, and curious.